All right, and we're back. So one thing that we didn't do before we went to the break was vote whether or not that scene we just did about how did Sarah get over her parents' objections to marrying a smuggler. We didn't vote whether that was light or dark. So what do we think, group?
Um, Thinking kind of dark, because
Mm-hmm.
losing parent connection
I'm
to be
feeling
with your
dark.
lover.
Yeah, I'm feeling dark. But it could be light if it was from Sarah's angle. She gets to be with the person she loves.
Camera, please.
What do you
There we
think? Yes or no? Light, dark? I think we're
Take it dark.
dark. Okay,
Yeah, dark.
dark.
Bank.
All right, cool. So, we're back from break, and before I take my turn, I just wanted to give a quick recap for everyone who's new, who's joining us. We're playing a game called Microscope Union, which is part of Ben Robbins' recent Microscope Kickstarter called Microscope Explorer, and this is one of the three different types of games. Microscope Union takes us down a path of examining a hero and what made that hero awesome, based on basically like genealogy. So like the parents, grandparents, and great grandparents, and kind of looking at a person's life and ancestry. So in this particular game of Microscope Union, we're examining the life of Captain Rena Kelso, and her ancestors. Or well, Captain Rena Kelso. Before we get to her ancestors, she was a vanquisher of a space pirate fleet, and that's like her big defining deed is that she stopped a pirate armada through being silver tongued, a cunning strategist, and a streak of vengefulness. So what we're doing now through the game is we're going to examine the relationships and marriages that took place between her great grandparents, grandparents, and stuff. That's sort of like lended a little bit of how do you say, like, not genealogy or like genetics for those sort of like traits that she has, but kind of where her past and her things kind of lead to today. So we're currently examining in game right now the relationships between her dad's family, her dad's parents, and we're examining this box here, and it's my turn as the last part of the focus, and I'm going to come up with another scene, because we already filled out this box, so that I'm responsible for coming up with a scene, and I'm going to do a dictated scene. And the point of this scene will be to answer the question, oh, I got it. Okay, so the question is, why did the pirates... This is going to be a scene for the fate section of this card. So the fate part of the card, for those who are new, it's the part of the card that examines the legacy of a marriage, of a union. So since Sarah Samuels married Alfred Kelso, this is kind of like the and ever after type part. And they were in a stable marriage, and they moved to one of Jupiter's moons, and then they died when Kelso was 10 by pirates. So my scene's going to fall under that fate, and it's going to be a dictated scene. And the question is, why did the pirates spare Kelso? So their son, and the scene takes place in the Kelso house on the moon, Europa. That's a Jupiter moon, right? That's a Jupiter moon.
Yeah.
Sure. So, the moon Europa colony. I think it's probably like something on some sort of like ice or something like that. Anyways, I imagine a sort of like, not Home Alone, but Kelso's been kind of like really crafty and like evade. So I think his parents may have gotten killed early or something like that. During this fight, but Kelso like snuck around, or maybe he arrived late to the house and saw that this stuff was going on, and he wanted to see what happened to his parents. And so he ended up like through like being crafty, like killing a few of the pirate crew. And I think there's a point where the scene takes place is Kelso has like held hostage like some of the actual like pirate people, and like the captain walks in and is like ends up negotiating with them, being like, you know, like, well, I'm really sorry about your parents, kid, but you know, you got a lot of spunk, and I'll let you go if you join us. So, and I think Kelso doesn't have much of a choice here, and begrudgingly, I think he takes Kelso's command and ends up joining the fleet, um, in like almost like a Dread Pirate Roberts kind of way, like I'll kill you tomorrow, or something. So, about Kelso, so Kelso proved to be resourceful and cunning during the attack. So that's also dark. All right, so that part's over. The next thing we do is the legacy. So one player gets to roam more broadly and explore how ancestors made the hero, who they are. I pick one of the hero's three traits, or the necessity of the deed. And I make a history that relates to that trait. I pick a card and then fill in a blank section, or make a dictated scene. Since I was the last person and farthest away from sacrilege, so I make the legacy for this turn. I'm going to make something based off of Silver Tongued. And I'm going to make it Alfred Kelso's mother.
Oh, snap.
I'm just going to call it Flechette. And she was a actually I think it would be strategist, and I think she was a fighter ace in the colonial military, and her life was light. So, I guess I should actually give her a name as well. But Flechette was like her, what do you call it? Like when like your plane's name, like you know, like Maverick, or like Goose.
Code name.
Yeah, like your wing name. I don't know.
Call sign.
Yeah, your call sign.
Call
Thank
sign.
you. Yeah,
There
call
you go.
sign.
We got it. We did it. We did it. Read it.
So her name will be, Lisa.
Thanks, Leavington. Thanks, Rooster.
Hey, I said it.
Lisa Colburn. So she's a strategist. That's probably why she's an ace. Okay, so now the lens moves over and goes to Gabriel now.
Yay.
So Gabriel, pick one of these cards to begin filling out.
Let's.
Or wait, I guess hold on. So I guess for sacrilege, I don't think you get. Do you go back again when it gets back to you? Maybe I done fucked up, and maybe you were supposed to go, because it goes back to you, and then you were supposed to do 2, but that doesn't seem right. I don't think you're supposed to double tap.
Yeah, so
No.
I got my secondary thing, so.
Yeah. Well, then I messed up and went out of turn. So, do you want me to delete that and you go? Because technically it's supposed to be, like the legacy is supposed to occur after you make something. Which would be another scene, I guess.
Um,
Because we're still in this person's life, actually.
Well, I mean, I already got to make 2 things, and since we're pretty sure that I wasn't supposed to double tap, we could just count the...
The second one. Okay, that's fair. All right, so now we're gonna play it right the first time. This happens. So
Yeah.
this is what happens when you play a game and you're reading how to play it at the same time.
As you're streaming it.
Yeah, so that's fine. So that means it still goes to Gabriel. You are now the lens, and you pick one of these cards. And then Sacrilege would be the legacy.
Let's do the card. How do I highlight cards? How do I do the highlighting thing?
Just click it.
Click it. Click.
Sure.
That one.
Okay, so
Let's do that one.
Sure. The great grandparent or the grandparents of the mom of Captain Rena Kelso.
Yeah. So let's see. Okay, so I get to determine parent. So I have to do parent, I guess, really. So
Yeah, you would have to do the father before you fill out the middle parts.
yeah. So Captain Rena Kelso's granddad on her mom's side is, let's see. His name is simply his name is simply Kenshi.
Okay.
So the son of Gojo. And I guess he was a oh shit, what? Oh, okay, yeah, we got it. He was a shipwright on a backwater planet. So he was like building ships.
Okay. And is this light or dark?
This is dark. Because it was not that fun. Because it was very hazardous.
Leafington in chat asks, like old-timey ships or spaceships? Funny you should ask that, because this is spaceships, but our spaceships look like 18th century nautical vessels.
So both.
So, yes.
Old-timey spaceships.
Okay, so now we know our father was Kenshi.
Kenshi.
All right, so now it goes to Raz. Raz, you can either make the Union or the Fate.
Or the kid.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make the kid.
Okay.
And it's gonna be. Let's see. So you pirate. We're gonna make a. She's gonna be a. Let's see, comms officer aboard a trading vessel that was captured by the pirates. And her name is going to be. Let's see. Kenshi. Reinhardt. We'll go with Reinhardt. We'll go with mother's maiden. That's her last name, so she'll be Alexa Reinhardt.
Good name. Good name.
Okay. Was her life light or dark?
It was dark because she was captured.
That seems reasonable.
Capture is usually not a fun thing.
Usually.
Yeah.
Usually.
She was.
Like 4 out of 5 times.
We can say she was forced to work for managing like comms on one of the pirates' vessels
Okay.
because she had specialized skills that they didn't have.
So she was literally, that's impressed.
Impressed and Chris.
Okay. So that goes to me, and I'm going to make I'm gonna make the fate of Elena and Kenshi. I think the fate is that after a brief tryst, I guess that would have to be how they conceived. So I guess actually I'm going to do the union instead. I think this was a tryst that happened one time, and they never met again. I guess actually I can't explain that, but and then parted ways. So it was light. But, like, they didn't get married or anything.
So it was like a one-night stand kind of thing? Okay.
Absolutely.
Cool. You're welcome, sacrilege. I didn't know what that meant either.
Yeah.
All I could think of was Tristair from the TeamSpeak.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. I think it was just right.
Sorry.
Shit.
Yeah, no. Yeah, just a fling would be another way of putting it.
So I guess I get their fate then, right?
Or a scene.
I kind of had an idea for fate.
Sure.
So I'm gonna say Kenji was actually planning on checking back up on getting back together with Lena, or at least for another tryst or something.
Sure.
But he died due to a workplace accident before he got the chance.
Oh, what happens to Elena?
Elena, on the other hand, lives a long, happy, fulfilling life doing charitable work.
Nice.
Charity.
Is there a way I could get a half and half?
What do you mean?
Like, Kenshi doesn't seem all that light.
No, it has to be light or dark. So, like, just pick a perspective of who this is. Because it would definitely, it has to be something.
I'd say dark.
Eventually Lena even would have some darkness because her daughter would eventually disappear.
Yeah. Eventually we all die.
Alright, now it goes back to,
All we are is dust in the wind.
Yep, alright, back to, God. Back to Gabe.
Okay. What do I do again?
You have to make a scene.
Oh, I gotta make a scene. No, not that kind of scene. See, scene. I guess the question is, like, how did Elena and Kenshi meet in the first place?
Okay, yeah. So that would be under the union?
Yeah.
Sure. How did Kenshi and Elena meet? Where does this scene take place?
I guess in Elena's clinic, I guess, or yeah, I guess she has. I guess it would be a clinic, right?
I don't know. We haven't established how she does it, so you can establish
Sure.
whatever you want here.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's how it is.
Elena's clinic.
Yeah.
Is this a dictated scene or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
it's good.
describe what happens.
So, I guess Kenshi comes in because he completely smashed his left hand in a while trying to work on this ship, this vessel, and
Mhm.
completely smashed his left hand, broken bones everywhere, and just decided, you know what, F it, gonna get it cybernetically replaced. And Elena, doing her job, just was like setting him up with a, cyber hand.
Mhm.
But they were just kind of casually conversing, and then kind of were like, hey, you look nice. And one thing led to another, and then somebody asked somebody to go home
Yo,
with them,
yo,
and
girl. Yeah.
yo, girl, what your name is?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Kenshi, wounded his hand and had it replaced by Elena and her prostech. Some would say that Kenshi also had his heart replaced that day. So, nice. Light or dark?
It's pretty light.
Nice. Yeah, I agree.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. All right. Next, I think that goes for that round. So Sacrilege Legacy,
What?
Okay.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, and it has to relate to either the necessity or one of the traits, right?
Correct. So I'll just read what the legacy part says. In between each focus, one player gets to roam more broadly and explore how the ancestors made the hero, who they are, or how the world made the deed necessary. Pick either one of the hero's 3 traits or the necessity that drove the deed. And then step 2 of that would be make history that relates to the trait or the necessity you chose. Pick any ancestor card, non-hero, and then fill in the blank section and dictate a scene in the section that is already filled in. Or dictate a scene in a section that is already filled in. As always, you cannot fill a union or fate until both parents have been created. So if you explore a trait, you might want to show how that virtue or vice was passed down to the hero. If you explore the necessity, you can show what the world was like and what the deed was intended to change.
Okay. I'm going to do a dictated scene under Gojo, and it's going to relate to Vengeful.
Okay. Let me bring this stuff down a little bit. Okay.
And
Oh, actually, I should probably just put it above it. That makes more sense, doesn't it? Okay. Ready?
and the question will be crap. Okay. Why did Gojo lead his fleet into battle with a battalion of new Saturn of a new
Yeah.
Fuck.
Saturnian
Satars.
Satyr the new
Saturians. It's Saturians.
Saturnian Republican army or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, right?
What happened to the Democrats?
Why did Gojo lead his fleet into the battle versus the Torian Republican army, or whatever?
Or whatever.
That's what their act. That's
Or-
their formal title.
Or you know what I mean.
Or like, yeah.
Or,
No. So is this a dictated scene?
How about the Satorian Light Rangers?
Yeah,
It
that
is.
rolls off the
Story
tongue
makes-
significantly better.
those Saturn guys. I
Sure.
vote for those Saturn guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
Okay, and so it has to be a dictated scene.
Yes, it does have to be a dictated scene. So where does the scene take place?
Okay, it takes place on a biodome on one of the rings of Saturn.
Okay.
And it sort of looks like this scene from it's sort of like the biodome, sort of like this dusty Wild West-ish place. Like there's a dust flying everywhere, and there's these circular geographic location and stuff. And anyway, the Saturnian Light Rangers are walking in the middle of high noon or whatever, sort of celebrating a good battle. And the camera zooms back, and Gojo's fleet, a squad of Gojo's fleet or whatever, are preparing to ambush them.
Uh-huh.
And and Gojo is aiming a sniper rifle, and he looks at his hand, and he just says, you took a piece of me, now I'm gonna take a piece of you, Mr. Samuels.
Damn. So vengeance. Is this light or dark?
I would say this is dark.
Yeah. Vengeance. Awesome. Cool. All right. That concludes that round. Now we're gonna go to Raz.
Can
Right?
can I have could we say vengeance on Mr. Samuels, though?
Oh yeah, sure, definitely. Sorry. Vengeance on Mr. Samuels. Okay. So Raz, now you are the lens. So you're going to select one of these ancestor cards, and we're going to proceed to fill it in.
So I have to do an ancestor. Can I do a fate of the last one? Just both
No, you
variants?
pick a card. You pick one of the cards.
Okay. So I can do the fate, right?
You can do a fate as long as you select a card. Are you you selecting the parents?
Oops. Yes.
Okay, I'll clear it
Yeah,
up.
the parents. So
Yep, I gotcha.
all right.
Okay.
And beef of them. Let's see. They were they were murdered in the ascension of a new pirate chieftain who sought to unite the pirate forces, and Kelso was against it.
Okay. You said an ascension of the new pirate forces.
Yeah. So he was murdered to get him out of the way so they could take control of his fleet.
Damn. Okay. Is that light or dark?
Dark.
Yeah, makes sense. All right, comes to me. I guess I'm gonna do something with the Union. I think it started as a secret love affair. I think maybe Kelso was all like perhaps Alexa and Kelso were stationed on the same ship, but Kelso was afraid of what it would look like at first if their love was like publicly known. Especially considering that, I guess, even though she's the comms officer, I don't think she was able to stay with the crew normally. Like, she had to, like, go sleep in the brig or something. So, I think there's always this weird kind of power dynamic going on. So, I'm just going to say secret love affair. But I think it's light, because I think for Alexa, I mean, she actually does have feelings for Kelso and understands what's going on in this issue. And I think they're trying to work towards making things better for both of them at the time when Rena Kelso is conceived. So I would say that's light. So next up is Sacrilege.
Okay. Okay, this is going to be an all-play scene
Okay.
under Murdered in Ascension of the New Pirate Forces.
Okay. What's up?
And I want it to be something like, how did Kelso end up as a scapegoat?
Is that it?
Yeah, and so I have to like set the stage or whatever, right?
Yeah. Oh, Leafington. Leafington says in chat, she was a comms officer and opened a channel to his heart.
Oh,
Yep.
jeez.
That's exactly
Oh,
accurate.
jeez.
Okay. So, how did Kelso end up as a scapegoat? So, where's this scene take place?
So it takes place on one of Kelso and Alexa's dates. Like, there's candles, pasta set out.
Lady in the Tramp style.
Lady in the Tramp.
Yeah.
It's about to get real.
They found the only alley on the entire planet.
Sure.
The only.
So they're on a planet.
Yep, I guess so.
What kind of planet? Backwoods, colonized. I guess it has to be somewhat colonized because it's an alley. Or it doesn't have to be actually. I guess
Since it's the
backwater
only alley,
planets also have alleys.
since it's the only alley, I think it's like almost it's a single town planet. Like, it's
Yeah.
barely being frontier planet, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. So, required and banned characters, up to 2 each.
Okay. And I think Alexa.
So Alexa's banned.
Yeah, it's like where they're supposed to meet. Like, it's not actually we aren't starting in the middle of the date.
Okay.
Required Kelso.
Okay. That it?
And I want another required character to be the pirate usurper.
You said required, right? Okay. Cool. So I think it's going to go to how does the order work now?
Isn't it backwards from me? So,
Yeah, so
Eric,
it's me.
Rats,
Yeah,
Gabe.
that's right. Okay. Um, let's see. Who do I want to be? I want to be the waiter at the restaurant. Or the person, I don't know. Wait, what kind of date is this? You said they were in an alley and there was spaghetti. So I assume that
I
like
assume this is like Lady and the Tramp style.
Yeah, this is Lady and the Tramp. Like, it's because it's a secret love affair. Like,
Are
if
you
they could
an
be seen in
Italian
public.
chef then?
Oh, okay. Okay. Never mind.
You mean Italian chef with the big
You
hat?
can be the like waiter, like the one guy trying to help move along their date.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I'll be the waiter.
Alright. I am going to be the usurper, which is going to be his right hand man, Bartol, which is Bartol.
Okay.
Monster to see.
Nice.
I want to play the sniper Francois.
Damn.
At least William maybe kills someone. I second the choose to kill someone.
Yep. I guess tonight Kelso's eating French.
Okay.
Oui, monsieur.
Now we go over what we're all thinking. The waiter is suspicious, and they don't get that many guests out here, and he thinks this is an unlucky night.
Bartol knows that Alexa isn't going to show up.
I think that Francois thinks that he's going to add one more to his kill count tonight.
Okay. Kelso's thinking that he can't wait for his date with Alexa, and he's sure glad he could trust Arful with the secret of his love affair.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Oh man.
So the scene starts.
Okay.
I think the waiter comes out and gives Kelso some more, like, I guess he's holding a bottle of wine, but also has water, and he's like, "What are you drinking tonight?"
Some fine grade rocket fuel, please.
Ah, yes, I have this uncorked bottle of rocket fuel
Oh, good
right
shit.
here.
Indeed.
Is our planet's only supply of rocket fuel.
All right.
Thank you. How many francs is that?
I think okay. I think the waiter would say something like 5 or whatever francs, 15 francs.
15 francs.
Why don't we go with Space Hero?
Yeah.
All right. I think Bartol just walks up and sits down where Alexa would have sat, across from Kelso, as if he just, was meant to be there.
Oh, okay.
Artol, you kinda on a date here, buddy.
Oh, really? Really? Who with?
Oh, hopefully not with you.
I it's kind of funny. You know that Alexa girl isn't a pirate, right?
Um, eh, I mean, she works for us, so that makes her kind of a pirate, like a half pirate. At least 60% pirate.
You know what I think? I think that he's fiddling around with the knife on the table, just like flipping it between his fingers. He's like, I think falling for a prisoner, taking her of dates, this makes you soft. Oh, so soft. It's a shame, really. I respected you for a long time, but I didn't read. But no, we can't have this.
I think during this whole like talk, you see Francois on a faraway rooftop, and he's like slow, like whistling to himself, loading like a single like sniper round into his old school like bolt action like single shot rifle, and he's just like whistling to himself and like chambers the round and then just kind of like scopes in.
Yeah.
Waiter.
I think Kelso, did the waiter bring the rocket fuel already, or did Artol?
Oh yeah, no, he had the bottle already. He brought it with him.
So I think
the finest bottle of rocket fuel.
So I think Kelso says, the thing about rocket fuel, Artol.
Oh shit.
They say it packs quite a blast. And he like slams the rocket fuel on the table and flips out his lighter, and it's got a pretty high alcohol content, so it just like there's an explosion.
Okay.
What happens?
The
waiter's like, Sacre bleu.
Sacre bleu. And then Bartol lets out a scream as half his face is scorched by the flame.
Oh, nice.
And it's like burning on his flesh. Like his arm, like all the way up his arm. He's got like the drink all over his arm, and he's like spinning and screaming, and he's like, Take the shot! Take the shot!
And I think Francois is sitting across on the rooftop going, "Les shit! I cannot see." And like, so the fire like bellows out, and it's like you can't see Kelso.
I think Kelso goes and stands on top of the table and tries and gives you a clear shot when he hears Artol yell, "Take the shot! Take the shot!"
Yeah. So I think at that point, as soon as like maybe like our eyes meet right before I pull the trigger, and then just like you just hear BAM as the old school rifle goes off, and then just Kelso drops off the table.
And that's probably the end of the scene.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna easily frame what Bartol does afterward.
Yeah, because I feel like that would answer the question a little bit clearer.
Yeah.
Okay. So he leaves burned and like all scorched, and accuses Kelso of what was it? He accuses of Kelso of colluding with like anti-pirates, like pirate hunters or bounty hunters, to take him down and take the rest of the crew down, and he barely escaped life.
Okay, so blamed for,
and maybe Alexa shows up just in time to see Kelso get shot and fall back down into the flames.
No, that's too real.
God.
My idea was that Bartol had captured Alexa. He was going to try to use her as like to make Kelso step down for some sort of ransom as a backup. But
so light or dark? I'm gonna go. I'm pretty sure this is dark. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I still think Francois at some point went back up to Bartol and said, "Oh, you look like shit."
Shut up. Let's go.
Waiter's just like, right, this is going on someone's tab.
No one paid.
All right. Damn. Okay. So that was Raz. Was that Raz's scene?
That was my scene.
Oh, that was
Yeah,
your
it's
scene. That was your
sketch.
scene. That's right. That's
I
right.
just took it over.
Yeah.
I think it's my turn now.
Yes.
Yes.
Actually, that's probably a good time for a break.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're past the hour part. So stay tuned for stay tuned for the concluding part of episode 5's Once Upon a Game, where we're taking a look at Microscope Union.